Alright, we're being asked to solve this quadratic equation using the completing the square method. First thing we always do is we're going to first take care of this constant. We're just going to move this over to the right hand side of the equation by adding 120 to both sides. What that would give us is x squared minus 2x equals 120. Then what we do is we complete the square with the left side. Right, in order to complete the square, what we do is we take this b value, negative 2, we divide it by 2 to get negative 1. We then square that value and we add that to both sides of the equation. In this case, we'd be adding positive 1 to both sides. Why we do that is because of how the left-hand side of this equation now factors. So x squared minus 2x plus 1, because we just did this trick, again, the trick is take the b value, cut it in half, and square that value, so negative 1 squared is positive 1. Now we know this left-hand side is a perfect square trinomial, and what it does, it factors into x minus 1 times x minus 1. Actually, the better way to write that is it factors into x minus 1 squared. And that's really important and useful, and you'll see why in half a second. By the way, this form right here is the form of the x plus d squared equals e. That's what this form is right here, just in case you're wondering for how to answer to WOMAT. It says it'd be x minus 1 squared on the left hand side and at 121 on the right hand side. Alright, so now what we do is just solve this by taking the square root of both sides. So the square root of the left hand side is x minus 1. The square root of the right hand side, we got to get this plus minus in the action, is 11. And then we just add 1 to both sides to get that x equals 1 plus or minus 11. That result gives us two different answers. Those two answers would be 1 plus 11, which is x equals 12, and then 1 minus 11, which is negative 10. There is completing the square and the complete setup of how to get it into the form being asked by WOMAP. Again, the d, or x plus d squared equals e, and then how to find the final answer.